For those that aren't so familiar with your musical career, this seemed like a big departure for you coming from the kitchen to the Masked Singer stage. Why did you want to do this?
Well, as they say, when you ask a singer to sing, they sing. So, as a performer, it's in your instinct. And of course, being in the Fox family for 15 years with MasterChef, I've always been a fan of Masked Singer. So, when the opportunity came to perform on the big stage, of course, I said yes.
Yeah, and we see you sing a lot on your Instagram in Italian and in English. Music is clearly one of your major passions. So in having a tour coming up and having an album, was that one of your driving forces in doing the show, the timing of it all?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's anything you can, in this world, it's so hard to get the word out about what you do.
Mhm.
So Matt Singer is obviously a great platform to let people know that I also do that. So that was obviously a big motivation, but also just being involved in such a grand production, the costumes, the professionalism, the whole infrastructure that goes beyond behind the show like a Mass Singer was it was quite an experience.
How did it feel too to have your vocals praised by Robin Thicke and Rita Ora, who have been, in the business for quite some time now?
No, amazing, amazing, and their feedback is incredible, and the whole energy that they give. I mean, they're judging, but they're fans as well, and it's all very positive energy. So it was really uplifting, shall we say?
Yeah. Speaking of your costume and the judges, do you feel like showing up as spaghetti and meatballs was kind of a giveaway that maybe you were a chef or involved in food in some way?
I would say yes,
Yeah.
but that's just there's a lot of people who fall in that category, so I don't think it gave me away specifically, but it was a strong clue, shall we say?
How do you feel when they couldn't guess you? I mean, they got close, but
Yeah, they got close. I mean, maybe because I don't know because the costumes are really like the secrecy and everything behind it. They really have nothing to go on except the
Mhm.
performance. So, it's probably pretty hard to figure out who the other people are. I mean, I got to see the other performers for the first time on TV last night, and it's
Oh,
very
wow.
difficult.
Yeah. So you didn't see them at all throughout the
No,
process? No.
no,
Wow.
no, not once.
Wow. And so you don't have any idea who is under those masks?
Zero.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, I'd be interested to see all of them get unmasked too, but I mean, I had no idea that that was the process that you guys didn't know either.
Yeah, no, it's top secret. They do an amazing job in that production, keeping everything under wraps. It's really quite impressive.
That's amazing. How did your family and those close to you react to seeing you on the show? Did anybody know?
Well, my wife was the only one who knew, and
Hmm.
my kids were blown away. We made them watch it, so they were shocked. I'm getting a lot of texts today. People watch the show, so it's cool feedback. Nothing. I was happy with my performance. The Billy Joel thing was amazing, so it was all a super positive experience.
Were you a big Billy Joel fan? It sounded like you sounded pretty close to him in a lot of these performances.
Yeah, I was a couple of pitches lower than what he sings. We had to lower it a bit because he sings very high. I grew up in Long Island and Queens, so Billy Joel's in the 70s and 80s was the soundtrack to my childhood and my formative years. I happen to know Billy Joel as a customer of the restaurant, so
Wow.
can't wait to get his feedback. So it was all very serendipitous.
That'd be great. You have to let us know what he says
Mm.
if you do hear from him. What did you learn about yourself from doing this, from kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something like The Masked Singer? And would you do something like this again?
Well, I absolutely would. I mean, any chance to do music is something that I would jump at. What did I learn? You learn a lot in every experience. This, having to dance and sing at the same time is something I've never done. So that was an interesting challenge.
Hmm.
You always learn from the professionalism in these productions. What you really learn is like when your moment comes, whatever you got to do in life, you got to seize the moment and perform and give it your all and accept the challenges and the hiccups and own it and give what you can in that moment.
Yeah. Speaking of that, when you got revealed after your SmackDown performance, how did you feel about that? And then did you feel like you would change anything about that performance?
I wouldn't change anything. I'm obviously disappointed that the lizard smacked me down, but the lizard was an interesting interested in talented performers. So I was taken down by a reptile, kind of Godzilla in my eyes, and I wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah. Well, switching gears to MasterChef, we know the upcoming season is going to have kind of a multi-generational cook-off. What can you tease about this?
Amazing that we're taking, the generations that are actively cooking. So baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Z, millennials. And again, MasterChef is kind of a narrative of what's happening in American foodieism. And to break it down into years, it's really interesting to see the boomers and their reference to ingredients from the 70s and then all the way down to, Gen Z or Gen X and what the social media influences and just how foodieism has changed. It's a real intelligent, incredible narrative on the evolution of foodieism in America for sure.
I'll definitely be tuning into that. I'm big foodie myself. And lastly, with your musical skill set, have you ever thought of rounding up some other celebrity chefs to maybe perform something like a charity single for World Hunger or anything like that?
An excellent idea. We've performed a lot of times with some other musical chefs, but doing it as a charity, I've never thought of that. That's a good idea. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah, why not?